Good morning, Taurus. I was going to skip today too. I skipped yesterday. No, I actually did make a couple videos yesterday. Yesterday I did the all signs video and my twin flame video. All days are beginning to feel the same. But you know, time is just an illusion anyway. You know, it occurred to me yesterday. Excuse me. My allergies are bad. I'm always talking about the fact that time is an illusion. Time doesn't exist. There's only energy. There are only timelines that are all happening at the same time that we align to energetically. But sometimes I will say something just because I've heard it. You know, a lot of times we hear things and we take them on and we believe that they're true. And so I have always heard that old souls choose the hardest existences. And I was thinking about that yesterday just because I've been going through a lot of past life stuff lately. A lot of past lives have been coming to me, and a lot of memories, a lot of deja vu moments as I, get more and more into like the fifth dimension. And my thing is that I was thinking about it and I thought, well, if time doesn't exist, how does age exist? There's no old or young. Because time is just an illusion. So that is more bullshit that I've heard in spiritual communities. That is not true. So I had to really go deep and I had to really think about it. And I thought, well, man, I know I've had lots of different past timelines. Lots. So basically what that tells me is not so much that I'm old, because I really don't believe in opposites, because that's duality. There's just oneness. But I've had lots of experiences and lots of room and opportunity for soul growth, which, has given me lots of wisdom now that I'm kind of waking up to it in this lifetime, on this timeline that I'm on right now. I'm actually becoming aware of it. And so I'm incorporating all this ancient wisdom and all these experiences and all of this soul expansion and growth that I've experienced as a soul. And that's what I share with you guys in these videos. And I know, I at first I was upset because like my numbers have gone down, my stats have gone down. I'm not getting near the views I was, since I'm not talking about what your lover's doing, is your lover coming back, this kind of thing. Because as I have ascended, I can't even do those kind of videos anymore. They don't even resonate with me. So basically, spirits let me know that if you are watching my video, it's because you have been divinely guided to watch it. And I am trying to help people to really free their minds and to remove any type of blocks that you have, and to really help other people on their spiritual journeys, because we're all here. We all incarnate here with soul amnesia, and we start waking up to who we were and what we really are and what we've always been. So that's what my videos are for. And sorry, it was kind of a lengthy intro, but I needed to say it. So here we go. And also, I do give my perspective on each card, because I read the energy of the card, and energy has no language. The soul has no words. So sometimes I have to give a scenario or a situation or relate it to like a personal story in order to describe the energy of the card. So whatever it is I'm talking about, do try to see how that feels. And that is what the energy of this card is. I know it's kind of hard to explain, but. So we have the Eight of Cups, change. And basically what I'm getting with this card is that you have been through a lot of changes, Taurus. And I feel like this has really made you feel very uncomfortable, because you do like stability. You don't like change. You're just trying to get where you're going to get and stay there. But the message that's coming through from Spirit is that you need to really be fluid and kind of go with the flow. Whatever comes up, go with it, roll with it. Because everything's happening for a reason. Everything's being divinely guided. And another message that's coming through is do detach. Do not have attachments to people, places, things. Just don't do it. Because that way you can move and you can be more fluid. What if, someone came in tomorrow and said, you know what, we're downsizing on your job, we don't have as many hours for you, or, we need you to retire, or, somebody's buying the company and, we don't know what's going to happen now. And, we know you've been a faithful employee, but, sorry about you. Seriously, or like, your lover leaves you, or you have a new love, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings, and they're coming in, and, it's kind of frightening because, you've always just kind of done the same thing, and now all of a sudden, you're faced with, having feelings for someone else, and maybe you swore that, I don't want to have feelings anymore. I just want to just live my life. But Spirit is letting you know that it is all right to love, and all of these changes are here to serve you, because as you start spiritually awakening and realizing who you are, a lot of the things that you thought were you are not you. And so they all start falling away on their own accord. You just start stripping them away, and your soul does this on a soul level. So do accept it as all being divinely guided. We have the Nine of Pentacles, the Gratitude card. And basically what I'm getting with this is that be grateful for the changes. Be grateful for even the things that seem shitty right now. Whatever has shown up in your physical reality, first of all, you have aligned to it. You have aligned to it by where you vibrate at and by your list of your mental things that you believe to be true. So if you believe that life is hard, that's what you're going to get. If you believe that men or women always cheat, they're not going to treat you right, so that you need to close your heart off to protect yourself, that's what you're going to get more of. And so we do attract these situations, and then we judge them. Then we're like, oh my God, this is so bad. How did this happen? But don't judge it, because these are teaching you how to face your fears and to really go deep and to really face your shadow side. So even be grateful for whatever situation that shows up that you consider to be shitty. Because there really is no good or bad, there just is. And everything is leading you to where you need to be. And if you lose something, it'll be replaced with something better. It'll come in a different form. And I already talked about this River card, and I was going through the worst of my, the things that I was going through. The beginning of last year, the beginning of 2018. And I walked out in the woods, walked down by the river, and a message that came through, and I said it was the river talking to me, said just go with the flow. You don't need to know all of the answers. You don't need to know the destination. In fact, the journey is the destination. Take your time, enjoy life moment by moment, and whatever comes up, just go with it. And that message is coming through for you right now. Strength and stability. And this is what I was saying earlier. This is that struggle to avoid change, to keep up the status quo. You don't want things to change. You want things to stay the same. And so you're struggling against it, and you're resisting everything that's happening. And when you resist situations, you make things harder on yourself. And then you say, oh, life is hard, or this is hard, or that's hard. No, you made it hard. All you had to do is go with the flow and don't resist what's happening right now, because it's all being divinely guided. We have this book of knowledge, and whenever I get this book, I always think about the book of souls. The history, the DNA, the blueprint of every soul is in that book of souls. It's in the Akashic Records room, and you align to it with your soul. It's kind of hard. It's almost like being hypnotized. I've been in there once, and it's like a library, and you pull books off the shelf. Sorry, my allergies are real bad today. And each book was like a pop-up storybook. At least mine was. To like all of your past lives, all that you've ever been. And it's really very fascinating. And it can be terrifying too, especially, if, let's say you were murdered or hung or burned at the stake. I had a few of those past lives. So it can be very terrifying. So what I'm getting with this is that your lifetime or timeline that you're on right now is just a drop in the bucket as far as the soul that you are. Do pay attention to any signs or synchronicities, anything that repeats itself. I know one of my past lives I was able to realize because all 3 of my YouTube accounts kept popping up videos about this person over and over and over and over again. All my social media news feeds kept popping up. I went to my lawyer's office last week and he had a picture. And so, something that's repeating like that. Or just really go with what resonates. If you go somewhere and you feel like, man, I've been here before, really look into it. So I'm getting that, you're sensing some of that as well. And I'm kind of torn right now because I've been told 2 different things. One is that when your physical form of your body dies and you return to source energy as a soul, it pretty much pushes reset. So everything just starts over again. But then I've been told that we carry past life karma and past life phobias. So like if you have a phobia in this lifetime, and see, this resonates more with me, the second part, and I'm really going to have to like meditate on it. But the second thing, what I'm saying right now, really resonates more with me, that if you have a phobia in this lifetime, it has something to do with the past life. One. Second of all, that we carry past life karma with us. So let's say, for example, somebody murdered you or something in like a past life. I mean, I'm laughing, but like I've been murdered quite a few times in past timelines. And then in this particular lifetime, their soul family, believe it or not, because you travel together and you all decide what type of experiences you want to have before you incarnate into the next physical form. And so you're like, oh, we did this last time, so how about this next lifetime? We settle this shit. And it doesn't have to involve murder. It can involve, something else. So I'm going to have to really meditate on that. As far as, does it reset? Because the way I had it explained to me was that when you return to pure source love energy, where you come from, you don't have any type of hatred or fear anymore. It all dissipates. So, I don't know. I think it's more or less a situation of, like I said, that those souls sitting around in a room saying, hey, we did this. Won't we do this next time? But there's not really any fear involved. We'll see. We'll see what comes up. I'm learning too. So we have the 2 of Cups partnership card. And normally when I get this card, this has to do with a romantic union, coming together with a lover, with a partner, with a divine partner. And this could very well be this person here. But normally when you get to this point, this 2 of Cups, you both are really ready for one another. You've cleared any type of fears. You're no longer judging them, or you no longer have self-limiting beliefs. Which those self-limiting beliefs really reflect more on you than they do the other person. I know when I met my divine partner, it was perfect. And then all of a sudden my fears crept in. Oh, he's going to cheat on me like everybody else. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. And he kept morphing into all those things. But it was my own fears that were doing it. So normally once you get to this place here, you've cleared all that. You've released all that baggage. So you're either here or you're striving for it. You're working towards it. But somebody's coming in. Warrior goddess. And how do you become the warrior goddess? And this can be warrior god if you're a male watching this. By becoming fearless. I know I have been facing fears one right after another, week after week. I don't know what's going on. It's been 5 weeks. It's been a new fear. I had no idea I had this many fears. I was sitting around saying, I'm done. You know, I've done all my inner work. I'm ready. And you know, when you feel that way, it's really from your ego anyway, because your ego is like, have you ever met somebody and they just do not want to hear anything other than what they know to be true? No, I don't believe you. Nope. So that was kind of the energy that I was in. Like, I was just done. You know, I've completed all my cycles. I'm in this energy here. And then here come the real fears. Every week it was a different fear. It was loss. It was loss and abandonment. It was rejection. It was rejection. I said that one. And then it's been other stuff too, like fear of the dark. It's been crazy. It's just been one fear after another. And so how do you become this warrior god or goddess? By facing those fears, by knocking them out of the park. You are absolutely fearless. Nothing can rock you anymore. We have the Magician manifestation. And so the energy that I'm getting with this card is when I first started off on this journey, I was all into like magic and spells and candle work and stuff like that. And I'm not taking away from that, okay? Because I do have a past life where I was a witch. Another where I was a witch doctor. So I really have that in me where I have been that before. My soul has been that, and I know how to do those things. But true magic is what you focus your energy on, your thoughts on, your focus will come to be. That is what magic really is. You don't even have to do that extra shit. You know, people talk about magic spells and stuff. And like I said, I'm not going to take away from that. But play with it sometime. Focus your energy on something that you want and watch what happens. I choose to learn through love. So this is what I was saying here with this energy here that I was getting with this card, as far as getting to the place where you can be fearless, where you can come together with a divine partner, a soulmate, whatever your soul chooses for you. And you have to be in a place of this fearlessness that I was talking about before in order to experience true love, because anything else is just fear-based and more of like a codependency, more like an addiction type of thing. It's not really true love. True love is completely void of fears whatsoever. You're not scared you're going to get hurt. You're not scared of your feelings. You're not scared of change. You're not scared of loss. You're not scared of rejection. You're just all in there. And that is what love is. You're not scared to lose this person. You know, if they leave, they come back. That's all right too. So we learn through love, and all of our partners, you know, sometimes our partners are here for a reason and for a season. And they're soulmates that have came in to teach us these things. Remember I said there's the room of souls where you're trying to decide what you want to experience, but then we experience that shit and then we judge it. We're like, oh my God, this is so horrible. It's not horrible. This is what you planned. And it's perfect. The Vortex Temptation. So basically what I'm getting with this is that temptation to go backwards, to go back into old patterns, to see, that was immediately the energy that I got with this, and I had to look at the clarifying card, and sure enough, that's what it said. This is that temptation to maybe go back to substance abuse or your old ways, because maybe you're scared of these feelings right here. You're scared of them. And so you're like, I'm just going to go back to my player ways, or my not caring, or I'm going to drink again, or let me go hang out at the club on weekends and do what I want because I'm really, really scared of this connection that I have with this other person. So I just want to escape from it. That is the energy I'm getting from this card right here. Being stuck in that vortex. As to clarify it, we have forward march. Looking backward ensures a broken neck. Your art should wage war. The only constant will always be contradiction. See? For one thing, we can't really go backwards. I mean, you can go back to a cycle or a pattern that you were in, but because you've evolved and changed so much, it's not going to resonate with you for long. Because this is a forward moving journey. Life is forward moving. And if you have not listened to Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now, it is life-changing. You should never focus on the past or on the future. If you're sad, it's because you're looking back. If you're anxious, it's because you're looking forward. The power is in the now. Your art should wage war. So basically what I'm getting with that is with art, you express yourself. So do be true to your feelings. A lot of times when somebody hurts us or our feelings get in the way, we want to handle it by acting like we don't have feelings. We think that is what shows strength, and that's not. And you know what? You're doing that more for the other person than you are for yourself. When you stifle your feelings to not show someone else how you feel, you're doing that for them and not honoring you. So stop putting other people first, put yourself first and honor your feelings, and stop worrying about what other people think or feel. Your feelings are not going to hurt you. The only constant will always be a contradiction. I feel like this goes with that fear of change. Things are not always going to look the way you expect them to. It's almost like you've got this perfect picture painted in your head, and if things go contrary to that, it's like, oh no, everything's falling apart. Things are not good. Well, remember I said be very neutral about these things and try not to judge them. You have the Sun card, and the Sun is the most powerful card in the deck. This is also a masculine energy. So I feel like this message is coming through more for masculine energies, and this can be a feminine too, because I tend to be more on my masculine energy because it's really hard for me to show feelings. So the message that's coming through is what I was saying earlier, is that stop feeling like you have to be so tough. There's power in vulnerability. Because we have the Gentleman card, and I don't really read all of this, but I do feel like that goes along with that Sun card, with that masculine energy about really opening up and expressing yourself, because that is where your power is at. Privileged lady. And so also the energy that I'm getting with this is also that the only constant will always be a contradiction, is this perfect picture you paint. And sometimes life gets a little messy, and I feel like that also has to do with your art should wage war. Life gets a little messy, and it doesn't have to be all pretty and perfect all the time. Let it get messy, and don't judge it, and go with the flow when this is happening. All right, we have the postcard, the Oracle message from Spirit, and this says, Dearest you, and understand I have not read this yet. I'm reading this for the first time. There are times you get lost but refuse to see your part in things. Happens to everyone. Something feels familiar but sort of off. If you're feeling confused, it's best to throw away your map you're using, which only lets you navigate based on your past experiences. Go with the flow. That isn't what you need right now. Instead, take a deep breath and open to the truth. A desire to stay in denial means that part of you doesn't want to be responsible for that pattern that's been shown up in your life. Yes, this is the right time to wake up and start again. By the way, you'll always get another chance. You have unlimited chances to start again. We love you so much, we really do. Be gentle with yourself. Coming out of denial is like being temporarily blinded by super bright lights. Allow your eyes to adjust. Carry on, special one. A beautiful life awaits. I feel like that has to do with this light here. Coming out of denial is like being temporarily blinded by super bright lights. Allow your eyes to adjust. So this has to do with facing truth. So if there's something that you have been denying, and it can be a part of yourself that you've been denying, or a truth that you have clarity on that you have not accepted, then your message from Spirit is to do that. That is coming through for somebody right now, more than one. But this is your weekly reading, Taurus, and if you would like a personal reading to know where your blocks are, what is blocking you in areas of love, abundance, money, whatever, or if you'd like to make an energy donation to my channel, I'll put my PayPal and my Cash App information in the description of the video. Once I'm completely balanced and I'm out of this fear-based energy that I've been working on, I plan on offering guidance sessions, maybe 30-40 minutes. But I've got to balance my own energy first, and that's what I'm working on. So thank you for watching.